for those who are, say, new to the technology, or say, who are just getting, or trying to see or explore the industry, let me get into some basics. So if we say about drones, there are, like, say, majorly there are four types of drones. Okay, and these are: number one is quadcopters. Quadcopters are basically a drone that has, say, four propellers. As you can see on the image on the top, it has got four motors or rotors. So that is known as quadcopters. Okay, this is a category, quadcopters. And the second, as you can see on the second image, it has got six motors. So it is called hexacopters. So we have quadcopter, we have hexacopter, and there is octocopter. Of course, it has eight different motors for heavier payload lifting capacity. So this is octocopter. As you can see on the first image, it's octocopter. And then we have VTOL fixed wing. It's also a drone, but it looks a bit different. It looks like an airplane. It looks, the shape is, it has a fixed wings. So that is why it is called VTOL fixed wing. So we have quadcopters, hexacopter, octocopter, and fixed wing drones. So these are types of drones, that are largely popular in the industry right now. So our next slide will, give you a little input on, say, the regulatory barriers or the classification of drones by the Indian government, or more or like the classification across the world is almost same. But let us talk about the initiative by government of India, DGCA, to actually see and come up with a regulation to make things easy for users, drone users in India. So as you know, over the past few years, there have been a challenge in terms of framing the proper and effective regulatory paperwork, so that it is all secured. So there were few drafts which was issued by the government, and now things are progressing. Things are really progressing in terms of the regulatory framework. So when we talk about the Ministry of Civil Aviation, the classification of drones have been widely categorized into five different categories. So the first category is nano. Nano is less than or equal to 250 grams. Micro, it is 250 grams and above, equal to 2 kg. So a drone which the overall weight, one thing is very important, the overall weight of the system which is below 2 kg falls under the category of micro. And if a drone which is greater than 2 kg and less than 25 kg, or say up to 20 kg, it falls under the category of small drones. And the list goes on. As in medium, it should be below 150 kg up to 150 kg, and any drone greater than 150 kg falls under the large category. So now DGCA, or say Ministry of Civil Aviation, along with DGCA, has put an effort to come up with something called Digital Sky platform. So those of you who have not heard about Digital Sky, it's an online portal, where you can, or any drone owner or user can go and register themselves and get the permission to fly. So when you're talking about drones, it is very important to be well aware of this regulatory framework and barriers, so that you don't fall into any trouble or problem unknowingly. So it is very important. I would recommend everybody to go through the website of DGCA, Digital Sky. Go and visit Digital Sky portal. Go through their the notifications or the government issue order which has been issued. so that you are well aware of which category you fall into, what are the drone that you are owning, and what are the challenges or what are the easiest way of following the rules and operating drones under the policy, or say in a friendly manner. So there is something called NPNT, that is no permission, no takeoff, which means once you have a drone and you want to operate the drone, fly the drone, obviously there is a digital sky portal where when you need to log in and provide some certain information, and then government will decide whether you are fit to fly or not. So this was to give you a rough overview of the system and how you can get some knowledge in terms of the regulatory or the legal aspects. So drones are very interesting, and it is practically, I can say today, it can it is effective in almost every industry. So when we talk about industry, the majorly, or say widely popular industry is entertainment industry. So there are a lot of photographers, and nowadays there are a lot of film shootings are being conducted using drones. So what we know is, normally people use it for leisure photography, videography. So entertainment is one aspect where drone is widely popular across the world. But apart from entertainment, there are a lot of other things that drone can be used for example, agriculture. So India is a agricultural country. The majority of the land, it's agricultural land, and drones can be very agricultural. There are two major factors which where drone is playing a big role currently. Is one is the it's called pesticide spray drone. So if there is a in a farm, if a certain area or the entire farm requires some spraying of the pesticide, drone can do it easily. Okay, I mean, whenever the ratio between a job done by drone and a job done by a human being, there is a huge difference. So usually man labor or man hour takes a job to carry out entire day. The same job can be done by a drone or a sprayed within say few hours. So this is one aspect, that is spraying of the pesticide. The second aspect would be carrying out analysis, multispectral analysis. So now there are different sensors available in the market which are capable of doing certain things. And in agriculture particularly, getting information about the crop health, seeing doing and assessing the damage reports. These are some of the industry, or these are some of the key factors where drones comes very handy. We have healthcare industry. Of course, healthcare, there have been initiative by the government also in order to deliver, say, blood delivery using drone, or organ transportation using drone. So these are two factors, or supply of medicines, or to a long distance where usually it takes a long time to reach, but using drone, it's a life savior. And we have, of course, a defense industry, defense, law and enforcement, emergency response. So these are some of the categories or industries which are using drones currently. Oil and gas, of course, there are a lot of pipelines that are needed to be inspected and washed on a regular basis. There are critical infrastructure across the cities which requires planning, mapping. So these are some of the industries which drone is practically being used currently in India and across the world. So majorly, when we talk about the industry, the applications are, there is a wide range of application. But if I try to put it in a very small few category, it's inspection. Inspection would be trying to get some certain information from using a drone and making sure, for example, say pipeline inspection. So if somebody, if IOCL has to carry out the inspection manually, it's a very lengthy process. So drone can be used for inspection. There are certain sensors with very very capable cameras. Say there are some cameras which can zoom in for 20 kilometers. There are some cameras which can see during the night, and it can give some certain temperature variation. So it can be drone majorly can be used for inspection purpose. And second is surveillance. Surveillance, it's basically I say it's for law and enforcement agencies, defense police, to do the surveillance of the city or area, or just to keep an eye on the sky and watch and make sure everything is as per the law and order. And the third would be, say, the majority of the drone right now application are being used in mapping and survey industry, wherein there are a lot of companies who are getting into mapping. The government survey of India is doing. There is an initiative called digitization of India, wherein they are collecting maps and collecting data to create an accurate map. So this is where drone is really really it's a big life savior. It's a very handy. And then we have, like, there are a lot of field analysis, like as I mentioned earlier, about say crop analysis, or to get some analytical report using drones, assessment of various industry. So these are a couple of applications that I have put forward. And uh, so talking about drones, I think it is very important. We should also, since it's a emerging technology, and even though it's not working at its full capacity, but things are improving. So when we say about, when we think about drones, now there are a lot of opportunities arising in terms of job opportunities. Okay, so today practically every industry is seeking to replace their normal way of doing business and replacing it with drones. So they want everybody to include drone in their work system. So now drone does not fly by itself. Okay, you need a pilot, you need a handler who can operate the drone, and who can give command to drone. So basically drone pilot is something. There is a great opening in near future. In fact, even now there are some certain openings in some companies in terms of drone pilot. So if you are looking at a career in the drone industry, I think drone pilot would be a really good option for you. The second industry or opportunity that you're looking at is a repairing. Repairing is a very very because when you are uh, talking about drones, drones just have some issues. It falls, it may crash. So there are some certain areas where drone repair is required. So if you are well knowledgeable as in how to repair a drone, there is a good opportunity there. So we are already, for your information, we are already doing a lot of repair related activities, and for Indian defense, for paramilitary forces, and a lot of law enforcement agencies. So anybody interested in drone repair program, drone piloting program, we are here to help you. So analysis can also give us a certain, say, how to analyze the data. Okay, say for example, there is a lot of GIS interns or GIS related activities going on in the country. So India has a huge demand right now for analysts who can actually do the processing of these data and create a report. And then we have drone trainers and consultants who can give certain information or help industry how to how to get the get the benefit, the most out of it in this drone industry. So drones, this is, you see, when you talk about drone safety, there is a technology called a parachute system which deploys by itself. So this is a scenario, say for example you are flying a drone, okay, it's an expensive drone, and all of a sudden due to some technical issues the drone simply falls off the sky. In that case, this para zero, it's a parachute system, protection system for the drone, which will be deployed automatically, and your, at least it will not do damages. Like for example, if a drone falls from the sky in a public places, there could be a very bad result. People may die or they can get injured very badly. So this is a very handy product which can be used in drone. So this is Parazero drone parachute system. It has the safety features, and we have these systems in India so that it can be used by local drone manufacturers or drone enthusiasts. So I have mentioned earlier about the traffic management, the urban traffic management. ASD is a company based out of France. They have anti-collision systems and trackers for drones. Uh, Insurance is one of the major aspects as well, in terms of if you want to insure your drone, like we have our cars, we have our properties, we insure everything practically. So right now there is a lot of companies getting into drone insurance program, and I believe there is a company by Topogo in India, a company in Calcutta who is really doing good in terms of drone insurance. So I really support them. And insurance is one aspect which will give you a lot of confidence in flying. When it comes to drone, there are certain aspect called anti drone. Now understand, drone, using a drone within your premises is okay, but if you use a drone for a spying purpose, or hampering someone else's privacy, flying into a no fly zone, or, so there are a lot of misuse, and there are chances of being misuse of this technology. So there is something called anti drone. Anti drone or a counter drone system is, if you don't, a premises, you don't want any drone around it, so there are some certain jamming technology which can jam the radio frequency, and the drone cannot enter a certain zone. So this is to safeguard yourself from drones coming into your area, and then looking out, gathering intel, and then going back. So there have been a development of a technology which helps or prevents or even shoot down the drone which has unauthorized access to your premises. So this is a very interesting topic. 30 minutes is not an idle time to explain all the things, but I'm just trying to cover a small bits and pieces on every topic which I feel would be very interesting for our attendance, for the people who are viewing this webinar, and maybe it could be interesting. So when you talk about drones, you see drone has a majorly few parts, say propellers, electronic control, ESCs, and they have autopilots and ground control stations. So there are some components which are very important in terms of drones. When you fly a drone, you need a ground control station to actually see what's going on in the sky. So we have ground control stations, we have autopilots, we have the sensors which are mounted on the drones. So these are and there are very few companies who are actually manufacturing this in European countries, say, other than China. So right now, China, everybody, the people who are in this industry must be knowing about drones and drones, DJI drone. So DJI drone is widely popular across the world, but now there have been initiatives to create a drone locally made in India, and similar footsteps has been followed by several countries. So Skydio, I must give them a heads up, because they have designed a wonderful ground control station and all those components which are required in a drone to create the individual drone or their own made in their Europe drones. So we have a categories, various categories of companies whom we are associating, so that even we can educate and create something of our own in India. So I think provided a given time frame, I think I have tried to cover some of the very important aspects here, as in what are the policies, what are the current government related initiatives, and what are the future prospects, what we can do with drones. And I would be really happy to share more information on this one. Anybody who would like to get in touch with me. And I think I'm open for some questions and answers now. If if somebody has a questions, let us. I see there are few. I think there are two questions on my inbox. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, we can answer those. Yeah, Guru Raj Jamba, I think he has raised his hand. So let us quickly answer some questions. Yes, Guru Raj, tell me.
One of the audience have asked if drone are used for the surveillance, like giving it practically to the police or for security purpose. It is possible that they can be stolen while they are flying at low height by the people.
So when you are flying a drone at the low height, there is possibility somebody can, throw a net or throw some stones, or somehow crash the drone, or practically catching the drone in the sky is not really feasible, because it has rotors and propellers, which is very, it is not advisable. Anybody who, it's very dangerous to even catch the drone in the sky. But if you are flying too low at the altitude, there are chances that people may throw something and then take the drone and just run away.